Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of a vast, unexplored frontier. This frontier is not a physical place, my friends. It's the landscape of your own potential, the terra incognita of your own being. And today, we are going to embark on a journey through this landscape, guided by 4 powerful compasses: your mouth, your mood, and your money. Now, you might be wondering why these 4. What makes them so special? Well, let me tell you, these are not just random aspects of our lives. They are the pillars that support the entire structure of our existence. They are the levers that, when moved with intention and wisdom, can lift us to heights we never thought possible. Let's start with the mouth. Our words, my friends, are not just sounds that dissipate into the air. They are seeds that we plant in the fertile soil of reality. Every word you speak is a tiny creator, bringing forth a world of its own. When you say, "I can't," you are not just expressing doubt. You are creating a force field of impossibility around yourself. But when you say, "I can," even if you are not sure how, you are opening a door to possibility. I remember a young woman I met at a seminar in Detroit. She told me she'd always wanted to write a book, but she kept telling herself and others, "I'm not a writer. I could never write a whole book." And guess what? She never wrote that book. Her words became her reality. But then she decided to change her language. She started saying, "I'm learning to be a writer. I'm working on my first book." And wouldn't you know it, within a year she had a completed manuscript. That's the power of the mouth. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about positive speaking. It's about aligning your words with your deepest desires and highest aspirations. So I challenge you right here, right now, to become mindful of your word. Listen to yourself speak. Are your words lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they opening doors or slamming them shut? Now, let's move on to the mind. Oh, the marvelous, mysterious, and sometimes mischievous thing it is. Your mind is like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. But here's the thing. This garden will grow whether you tend it or left unattended. It'll sprout weeds, fears, doubts, limiting beliefs. But cultivated with care, it can bloom with the most exquisite flowers of creativity, compassion, and courage. I want you to understand something fundamental about your mind. It believes everything you tell it. It doesn't discriminate between what's true and what's not. It simply accepts and acts upon the information you feed it. So when you constantly think, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," your mind takes those thoughts as commands and proceeds to make them your reality. You have the power to choose your thoughts. You are not at the mercy of every idea that floats through your consciousness. You can select which thoughts to nurture and which to let go. This is what I call mindful thinking. Let me share a little exercise with you. Close your eyes for a moment. Now think of a lemon. Imagine its bright yellow skin, its oval shape. Imagine cutting it in half, the juice running down your fingers. Now imagine biting into that lemon, tasting its sour juice on your tongue. Did you feel your mouth water? Did your face pucker up a bit? That's the power of your mind. It can create physical reactions based on mere thoughts. So I ask you, if your mind can make your mouth water with just a thought, what else can it do? Can it make you more confident, more loving, more successful? The answer is a resounding yes. But it all starts with taking control of your thoughts, with practicing mindful thinking. Your mood is like the weather of your inner world. And just like the weather, it can sometimes feel beyond our control. But I'm here to tell you that you have more influence over your mood than you might think. Your mood is intimately connected to your thoughts and your words. When you think positively and speak affirmatively, you create an inner climate of optimism and possibility. When you dwell on negative thoughts and speak words of defeat, you create an inner climate of pessimism and limitation. It's not just a passive state, it's an active force. Your mood colors your perception of the world and influences how you interact with it. When you are in a good mood, challenges seem surmountable, opportunities seem abundant, the world seems friendly. But when you are in a bad mood, But same challenges can seem insurmountable. Opportunities can seem scarce. The world can seem hostile. So how do we take control of our mood? It starts with awareness. Begin to notice your moods. What triggers them? What thoughts accompany them? Once you are aware, you can start to make choices. You can choose to shift your focus from what's wrong to what. You can choose to engage in activities that lift your spirits. Maybe it's exercise, or music, or spending time in nature. I once met a man in Chicago who told me he suffered from chronic depression. He said, "I wake up every morning feeling like the weight of the world is on my shoulders." I asked him, "What's the first thing you do when you wake up?" He said, "I turn on the news." Well, there's your problem right there. Starting your day with a dose of the world's troubles is like trying to sail your boat while drilling holes in the bottom. I suggested he try a different approach. Instead of reaching for the remote, I told him to reach for a book of inspirational quotes, to spend the first 15 minutes of his day in quiet reflection or meditation, to write down 3 things he was grateful for. It wasn't an instant cure, but over time, he reported a significant shift in his overall mood. Remember, your mood is a habit, and like any habit, it can be changed with consistent effort and practice. Choose your mood, don't let it choose you. Money? Oh, money. It's such a charged topic. It's not it. Some people worship it, some people fear it, some people resent it. But here's what I want you to understand. Money is neutral. It's not good or bad. It's simply a tool, a form of energy that we use to navigate the material world. Your relationship with money is deeply influenced by your mouth, your mind, and your mood. The words you speak about money, the thoughts you think about money, and the feelings you associate with money all play a crucial role in your financial reality. I want you to think for a moment about the messages you received about money growing up. Maybe you heard things like money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy, or we can't afford that. These messages, whether we realize it or not, shape our beliefs about money and consequently our financial behaviors. You can change your money story. You can rewrite the script. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," try saying, "How can I afford that?" Do you see the difference? One shuts down possibilities, the other opens them up. I remember a couple I worked with in Seattle. They were constantly stressed about money, always feeling like they didn't have enough. When we dug deeper, we discovered that they both grew up in families where money was a source of conflict and stress. They had unconsciously carried those patterns into their own relationship. We worked on changing their money narrative. Instead of seeing money as a scarce resource to be hoarded, they began to see it as a flow of energy to be managed wisely. They started practicing gratitude for the money they did have, rather than focusing on what they lacked. They began to educate themselves about personal finance and investing. The change didn't happen overnight, but over time, their financial situation improved dramatically. More importantly, their relationship with money transformed. It was no longer a source of stress, but a tool for creating the life they wanted. Now, I want you to understand something crucial. Taking control of your mouth, mind, mood, and money is not about achieving perfection. It's not about never having a negative thought or never feeling down or never making a financial mistake. It's about developing awareness and making conscious choices. It's about recognizing that you have power, immense power, to shape your reality. Every word you speak, every thought you think, every mood you indulge, and every financial decision you make is a brick in the edifice of your life. You are the architect. You are the builder. This power comes with responsibility. The responsibility to be mindful, to be intentional, to be compassionate, not just with others, but with yourself. Because the journey of self-mastery is not always easy. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you fall back into old patterns, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep coming back to your intention, that you keep choosing growth over stagnation, possibility over limitation. I want to share with you a powerful mantra that has guided me through many challenges. I am willing to see this differently. This simple phrase has the power to shift your perspective, to open your mind to new possibilities, to lift your mood from despair to hope. When you are faced with difficult situation, when you are tempted to speak words of defeat, when your mind is clouded with negative thoughts, when your mood is low, or when you are stressed about money, pause for a moment and say to yourself, I am willing to see this differently. This willingness, this openness to a new perspective, is the first step toward change. It's the key that unlocks the door to transformation. Because when you are willing to see things differently, you are creating space for new solutions, new ideas, new opportunities to emerge. Controlling your mouth, mind, mood, and money is not about compartmentalizing your life. It's about creating harmony, about aligning these four aspects of your being so that they work together synergistically. Imagine for a moment that your life is like a symphony orchestra. Your mouth is the brass section, bold and declarative. Your mind is the strings, capable of producing the most subtle and complex melodies. Your mood is the percussion, setting the rhythm and energy of the piece. And your money is the woodwinds, adding depth and richness to the overall composition. Now, what happens when these sections are out of sync? When the brass is blaring while the strings are trying to play a delicate passage, when the percussion is dragging while the woodwinds are racing ahead, you get cacophony, discord, confusion. But when all sections are in harmony, playing in sync following the same sheet music, that's when you create a masterpiece. That's when your life becomes a beautiful, inspiring symphony. So how do we create this harmony? It starts with awareness. Start paying attention to how your words affect your thoughts, how your thoughts influence your mood, how your mood impacts your financial decisions, and how your financial situation affects your self-talk. Notice the interconnections, the cause and effect relationships. Then start making small, intentional adjustments. If you notice that negative self-talk is bringing down your mood, consciously choose to speak more kindly to yourself. If you notice that financial stress is clouding your thinking, take a step back and look at your situation with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, how can I see this differently? Remember, change doesn't have to be big to be significant. Small, consistent changes compound over time, leading to profound transformations. It's like the old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you transform your life? One thought, one word, one mood, one decision at a time. Now, I want to address something that many of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but my circumstances are different. You don't understand my struggles. And you are right, I don't know your specific situation. But what I do know is this, regardless of your circumstances, you always have the power to choose your response. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps, wrote, everything can be taken from a man but one thing. The last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. This is the ultimate freedom. The freedom to choose how you will respond to life, regardless of what life throws at you. And this freedom is exercised through your mouth, your mind, your mood, and yes, even in how you handle your money. You might not be able to control every circumstance in your life, but you can always control your words, your thoughts, your mood, and your financial decisions. And that's where your power lies. Understanding these principles intellectually is one thing, but living them is another. It requires practice, patience, and persistence. Start with your mouth. For the next week, I want you to become hyper-aware of your words. Notice how often you use negative or limiting language. When you catch yourself, pause, take a breath, then rephrase what you were going to say in a more positive, empowering way. It might feel awkward at first, even a bit forced. That's okay. You are rewiring deeply ingrained habits. Give yourself grace, but also stay committed to the practice. For your mind, I want you to start each day with a simple meditation. Sit quietly for just 5 minutes and observe your thoughts. Don't try to control them or judge them. Just watch them come and go, like clouds passing in the sky. This practice will help you develop the awareness and detachment you need to start choosing your thoughts more intentionally. For your mood, create a mood-lifting toolkit. This could include things like your favorite uplifting music, a book of inspirational quotes, photos that make you smile, or a list of things you are grateful for. When you notice your mood dipping, reach for this toolkit. Use it to consciously shift your emotional state. And for money, start keeping a financial journal. Each day, write down your expenses, your earnings, and your thoughts and feelings about money. This practice will help you become more conscious of your financial habits and the beliefs driving them. Remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Celebrate every small victory, every moment of awareness, every conscious choice. These are the building blocks of transformation. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when we talk about personal growth and self-mastery. Some people worry that focusing on controlling their mouth, mind, mood, and money is selfish. They worry it means becoming self-centered or disconnected from others. The more we master ourselves, the more we are able to serve others. When we are not controlled by our negative self-talk, our chaotic thoughts, our volatile moods, or our financial fears, we have more energy, more resources, more presence to offer to those around us. When you are constantly worried about money, how much mental and emotional energy do you have available to help others? When you are in a bad mood, how patient and kind can you be with your loved ones? When your mind is cluttered with negative thoughts, how clearly can you see the needs of others? By taking control of your mouth, mind, mood, and money, you are not just improving your own life. You are improving your capacity to make a positive impact on the world around you. You are becoming a source of inspiration, a beacon of possibility for others. I'm reminded of the safety instructions we hear on airplanes. In case of an emergency, put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. This is not selfish, it's necessary. You can't help others breathe if you are gasping for air yourself. In the same way, taking control of these 4 aspects of your life is not selfish, it's responsible, it's necessary. It's how you become the best version of yourself, and in doing so, how you become most useful to the world. Controlling your mouth, mind, mood, and money is not about compartmentalizing your life. It's about creating harmony, about aligning these 4 aspects of your being so that they work together synergistically. Imagine for a moment that your life is like a symphony orchestra. Your mouth is the brass section, bold and declarative. Your mind is the strings, capable of producing the most subtle and complex melodies. Your mood is the percussion, setting the rhythm and energy of the piece. And your money is the woodwinds, adding depth and richness to the overall composition. Now, what happens when these sections are out of sync? When the brass is blaring while the strings are trying to play a delicate passage. When the percussion is dragging while the woodwinds are racing ahead. You get cacophony, discord, confusion. But when all sections are in harmony, playing in sync, following the same sheet music, that's when you create a masterpiece. That's when your life becomes a beautiful, inspiring symphony. So how do we create this harmony? It starts with awareness. Start paying attention to how your words affect your thoughts, how your thoughts influence your mood, how your mood impacts your financial decisions, and how your financial situation affects your self-talk. Notice the interconnections, the cause and effect relationships. Then start making small intentional adjustments. If you notice that negative self-talk is bringing down your mood, consciously choose to speak more kindly to yourself. If you notice that financial stress is clouding your thinking, take a step back and look at your situation with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, what opportunities am I not seeing? What resources have I overlooked? This shift in perspective can open up new pathways and solutions you hadn't considered before. Remember, the goal is not to achieve perfection overnight. It's about making progress, one step at a time. Each positive word you speak, each empowering thought you choose, each moment of emotional balance you maintain, and each wise financial decision you make is a victory. Celebrate these victories, no matter how small they may seem. Now, let's delve deeper into each of these 4 areas and explore some practical strategies for mastering them. Let's start with the mouth. Your words are like seeds that you plant in the garden of your life. Every time you speak, you are sowing something. The question is, what kind of harvest do you want to reap? One powerful practice is to develop what I call a language of possibility. Instead of saying, I can't, try saying, how can I? Instead of this is impossible, say, this is challenging, but I'm up for it. Notice how these simple shifts in language open up new possibilities and energize you. Another important aspect of controlling your mouth is learning to listen. Often, we are so busy formulating our response that we are not really hearing what others are saying. Practice active listening. Give your full attention to the person speaking. Try to understand not just their words, but the feelings and needs behind those words. This not only improves your relationships, but also expands your own perspective. Your mind is an incredibly powerful tool, but like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how you use it. One of the most important skills you can develop is the ability to direct your focus. William James, the father of American psychology, said, "The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another." This is the essence of controlling your mind. It's not about never having negative thoughts. It's about choosing which thoughts to focus on and which to let go. A practical way to develop this skill is through mindfulness meditation. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. When thoughts arise, as they inevitably will, simply notice them without judgment and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Over time, this practice will strengthen your ability to choose your thoughts. Another powerful technique for controlling your mind is visualization. Athletes use this technique to improve their performance, and you can use it to shape your life. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal life in vivid detail. Engage all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? This practice not only motivates you, but also programs your subconscious mind to recognize and act on opportunities that align with your vision. Your mood is like the climate of your inner world, and just like the Earth's climate, it can be influenced by many factors. The key is to become aware of these factors and learn to manage them effectively. One powerful mood management technique is the practice of gratitude. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be as simple as a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. This practice shifts your focus from what's wrong in your life to what's right, and over time, it can significantly boost your overall mood and life satisfaction. Physical activity is another powerful mood enhancer. Exercise releases endorphins, the body's natural mood elevators. Find a form of exercise you enjoy, whether it's walking, dancing, swimming, or playing a sport, and make it a regular part of your routine. You will not only feel better emotionally, but also improve your physical health. Music is another fantastic tool for mood management. Create playlists for different moods. Energizing music for when you need a boost. Calming music for when you need to relax. Inspiring music for when you need motivation. Use these playlists strategically throughout your day to support your emotional well-being. Money. Money is often a source of stress and anxiety, but it doesn't have to be. The key is to develop a healthy relationship with money based on understanding respect and wise management. Start by getting clear on your financial situation. Many people avoid looking at their finances because they are afraid of what they will find. But remember, awareness is the first step toward change. Sit down and take an honest look at your income, expenses, debts, and savings. Knowledge is power, and understanding your financial reality empowers you to make informed decisions. Next, create a budget. A budget is not a restrictive tool that limits your freedom. It's a roadmap that helps you allocate your resources in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Think of it as telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Educate yourself about personal finance. You don't need to become a financial expert, but understanding basic concepts like compound interest diversification and the time value of money can make a huge difference in your financial decisions. Develop an abundance mindset when it comes to money. Instead of thinking, I never have enough, Try thinking money flows into my life in expected and unexpected ways. This shift in mindset opens you up to recognizing financial opportunities you might have overlooked before. Remember, your relationship with money is deeply connected to your self-worth. Many people subconsciously believe they don't deserve financial abundance. Challenge these beliefs. Affirm your worthiness to receive abundance in all areas of your life, including financially. Now, here's a crucial point. Mastering these 4 areas, your mouth, mind, mood, and money, is not about achieving some perfect state where you never have negative thoughts, never feel down, or never make a financial mistake. That's not realistic or even desirable. The goal is to develop greater awareness and control so that you can navigate life's ups and downs more effectively. Think of it like learning to sail. You can't control the wind or the waves, but you can learn to adjust your sails. Sometimes you will have smooth sailing, sometimes you will face storms, but with practice and skill, you can navigate through all kinds of conditions. One of the most powerful practices you can develop is self-reflection. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to review your day. How did you use your words? What thoughts dominated your mind? How was your mood? What financial decisions did you make? Don't judge yourself harshly. The goal is simply to increase your awareness and learn from your experiences. As you develop greater mastery over your mouth, mind, mood, and money, you will likely find that your relationships improve. Why? Because when you are in control of your inner world, you bring your best self to your interactions with others. You are less likely to lash out in anger, to be consumed by negative thoughts, to let a bad mood poison your relationships, or to let financial stress create tension with loved ones. Moreover, as you become more intentional about your words, thoughts, emotions, and finances, you become a source of inspiration for others. People will notice the positive changes in your life and want to know your secret. This gives you the opportunity to share what you've learned and help others on their own journey of self-mastery. Remember, though, that this journey is ongoing. There's no finish line where you can say, I've mastered my mouth, mind, mood, and money. I'm done. Life will always present new challenges, new opportunities for growth. The key is to embrace this ongoing process of learning and growth. In fact, one of the most liberating realizations you can have is that you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be committed to growth. Every time you catch yourself using negative self-talk and choose to rephrase it positively, that's growth. Every time you notice your mind wandering to unproductive thoughts and gently redirect it, that's growth. Every time you feel your mood dipping and take proactive steps to lift it, that's growth. Every time you make a conscious decision about your finances based on your long-term goals rather than short-term impulses, that's growth. Your words reflect your thoughts. Your thoughts influence your mood affects your financial decisions, and your financial situation impacts your self-talk. It's a continuous cycle, and by working on all 4 areas, you create a positive upward spiral in your life. Let me share with you a powerful visualization exercise that integrates all 4 of these areas. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself standing in front of a control panel. This control panel represents your life. There are 4 main dials on this panel: labeled mouth, mind, mood, and money. Now imagine slowly turning up the dial labeled mouth. As you do, you see yourself speaking with greater intention, using words that inspire and uplift both yourself and others. You hear yourself asking empowering questions and making positive declarations about your life. Next, turn up the dial labeled mind. As you do, you see your thoughts becoming clearer, more focused, more aligned with your goals and values. You see yourself easily letting go of unproductive thoughts and choosing to focus on ideas that serve you. Now turn up the dial labeled mood. As you do, you feel a wave of positive emotion washing over you. You see yourself navigating life's challenges with grace and resilience, maintaining an overall sense of optimism and joy. Finally, turn up the dial labeled money. As you do, you see your financial situation improving. You see yourself making wise financial decisions, attracting abundance, and using your resources in ways that align with your values and contribute to your long-term well-being. Take a moment to enjoy this vision of your empowered self with all 4 areas of your life in harmony. This is the potential that exists within you. This is what's possible when you commit to mastering your mind, mood, and money. For the next 30 days, commit to working on these 4 areas of your life. Each day, set an intention to be more conscious of your words, more deliberate in your thoughts, more proactive in managing your mood, and more intentional with your financial decisions. Keep a journal of your experiences. Note the changes you observe, the challenges you face, and the victories you achieve, no matter how small. At the end of the 30 days, review your journal. I think you will be amazed at how much can change in just 1 month when you bring conscious awareness and intention to these 4 key areas of your life. Remember, you have within you everything you need to create the life you desire. Your words have the power to shape your reality. Your mind has the capacity to overcome any obstacle. Your mood is a force that can move mountains, and your approach to money can open doors you never knew existed. You are the author of your life story. With every word you speak, every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every financial decision you make, you are writing the next chapter. Make it a masterpiece. Thank you for your attention and participation. May your journey of self-mastery bring you joy, fulfillment, and the deep satisfaction of living a life true to your highest potential. Remember, the power is within you. Use it wisely, use it often, and watch as your life transforms in wonderful and unexpected ways.